morning. I'm gonna go see the sunrise. And today I teach a yoga class. Just home for my day today. Lots of work to do, but it's gonna be a good day. Let's go to yoga. Hola, baby. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Good morning. So I haven't really talked about this yet, but in November, I bought a yoga studio here in Tulum, and it's a dream come true for me. But basically, I've been going to that studio from the first moment that they opened, and I was there like almost every day. So I became really good friends with the previous owners, and when they came to sell it in November, they called me and they're like, "Hey, we just want you to know that we're gonna move to Mexico City and we're gonna be selling Loca." And I was like, "What?" Like, first of all, I'm very sad that they were leaving, so I was like heartbroken, and I'm like, "Why?" And then the fact that they asked me to buy the studio, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, send me the proposal. I'm so down to see what this could cost me and, you know, possibly own the studio." They sent me this proposal and I looked at it, and within 5 minutes, guys, like, I was like, "Oh, this is a full body fuck yes." Like, no, this is a dream come true. There's no way that I can't do this. Like, this is an amazing opportunity, literally a turnkey opportunity when it comes to my business. And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I don't know what it's like to buy a business in a different country and all the things, but I knew that it was possible. So I was just like, yeah. So I called her back and I was like, "Yeah, I'll buy it." Literally within like 5 minutes, guys. It was like the fastest yes I've ever said in my life. And then I went through the journey of buying the studio, and it's been a big journey. I've been like through immigration. I've had to fly to the States. I had to do all this paperwork. I had to hire lawyers and all the things. So it's been such a journey, and I really feel like an adult doing all this stuff. But now I'm, you know, on the last final little bit of creating like my names in the permits, and that's it. And then now I fully own the studio. Okay, I'm just heading to teach my yoga class. The thing about Mexico is you never have to be full on time. Like, I have 10 minutes before I teach, but everyone shows up literally at 9 a.m. instead of 5 to 10 minutes early. So a little bit different than Canada. That's what I love about Mexico. Everyone doesn't have to be on time for everything. It's definitely not island time here, and it's taught me a lot about not having to rush all the time. So I can like slow down, but I'm still rushing. And I love 9 a.m.s, and I always have like a really beautiful class. People who come in for a nice thing else at 12. And then they started to teach us morning. Oh, you're coming to say bye. Oh, not really though, because I'm really sad you're leaving. Okay, bye. We miss you already.
I'm staying.
Yeah, Emily's staying. You've been sleeping. What are we gonna do with the sprint without you?
I'm actually so sad.
I know. I'll be videoing you from the sprints. So a little bit about my yoga journey is when I first started doing yoga, I was like early 20s. My first class actually was with Bikram, when like the big craze hit. And I think that was when I was in high school. I think I might have been grade 12. And I went to this Bikram class, and it was full, and people were like super fit, and I was in the back of the room, couldn't even do a chaturanga, I couldn't even do a push-up, I was super not athletic when I was younger, so I was very weak. And I remember looking at these yogis being like, whoa, what's going on? And Bikram was like next level hot, it's sweaty, you can't leave the room, it's this whole thing. And I remember being just really turned off, but I was like impressed by it, but I was like, I won't probably go to a class ever again. And then in my early 20s, I started to go to yoga again, and I fell head over heels in love with it. I went like really consistently for my early 20s into my mid 20s, and then I went traveling a lot, so I wasn't always consistent with the practice, but I fell absolutely in love with the journey, and I truly believe that yoga saved me from maybe a bad direction in my life, and maybe we'll talk about that another day. But I really believe that the yoga teachers and the practice has really saved my life. And I remember just like always being super inspired by the teachers and thinking to myself, oh, I'd never be a teacher. I wish I could, but I'm terrified of public speaking. I could never stand in front of a room and guide people through classes. And I remember just always being awed by them and inspired by them. And it was such a beautiful thing that I, remember, because now looking back into that version of myself and seeing her, looking up at these teachers in awe, and now I'm a teacher, and I have a studio. These are the things that yoga has taught me in life, and it's really such a beautiful practice. and a journey, and now I get to share that with more people, and that's why I love this practice. And I really believe that I am fully in alignment with what I'm meant to be doing on this planet, because I stepped into fear time and time and time again, and I kept overcoming all these obstacles and these doubts that I might have had in myself, and now I'm in full alignment with where I need to be in my life, and now I get to share that with the world. Okay, I'll finish at the studio. I just had to do some stock counts from the clothing that we have, and then I'm also getting some new clothing from Aligned as well. So I'm just head up with the Aligned owner to put some new colors and styles into the studio. And now I'm gonna go home. The real behind the scenes of a business owner. So this is what we do. Bank accounts and paperwork and all the tax stuff. It's all fun. Yeah, but at least I get to have a beautiful business, which is super great. So I'm just back at the studio because I have to train a couple girls on how to use the computer. And because I have a couple of teachers, so I'm just training them so that I don't have to always be here to open the studio, which is great. Gives me a little bit more time flexibility. And yeah, so we should train them, and then I'm going for at least time to lunch. And now that I'm here, I might as well show you guys the new sets that we have. How beautiful. And then some Loca swag, some hats, tote bags, more hats. Today we go to a party or a concert that we don't going to at a cenote. I was invited by friend that is we're glad she got this. So I hear a replication like that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll come. So we're going to a cenote party. Cenote concert actually. I don't think it's a party, I think it's a concert. We live in 8 years. Tulum is absolutely beautiful. There's just a concert, a classical concert going on in the background, and then we're at this incredible cenote. It doesn't get much better than this. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful night. What a beautiful experience. Freaking love Tulum. The fact that this is just like in the jungle. It's just like cenote parties that are like classical music going into like a beautiful beachish set. Like, I just have never experienced anything like this. I've lived all over the world. I've been all over the world. And I feel like Tulum just has something so magical and so special that I've never experienced before. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful night. So this last week, life has been challenging me, as you guys know, and I today got challenged with something even more intense. And as much as it's hard to share this kind of stuff on my social media, it's just I want to be real on here and share with you guys as much as possible. So today I got a message from my landlord with a closure sign on my studio, and that stuff hits, you know? And instead of panicking and freaking out, I was just like, okay, how do I fix the problem? You know, like, what do I do to make sure nothing bad happens here? So instantly I messaged the jester that I'm working with, which is basically the guy that's helping me work with the government to do all the paperwork, the permits and the fine and all the things that come alongside of owning the business. And I messaged him, he's like, okay. I called them. Basically they're gonna take down the sign and we just have to pay the fine. Okay, fine. So it is what it is. You know, I already knew that I was paying a fine. Instead of like stressing out about the money situation, it was just like, okay, how much money do I have in my bank account? Where do I go to get the money out? Can I take this kind of money out of my bank account right now? And just like, don't worry about it. It just is what it is. So I do the things, I check the boxes, and I know I run into a friend at a cafe and I was like just outside the studio and I just like, he just looked at me, he's like, well, that doesn't seem like Tony energy. And I was just like, not like stressed, but just like working on fixing the situation. I sat down with him. He's like, oh, let me buy you a drink. Like, I'm happy to help you. And he's also a business owner here and he goes through a lot of stuff like this. And it was just really nice and calming to be like with someone that you know, you're friends with here and just know that you're supported all around you in these situations. And I just like sat there, waited for them to take the sign off and then paid the fine. And now I move forward with the next process of, you know, getting the permits. And yeah, life does throw really hard things your way, especially as a business owner. And it's just how you respond. You know, life is really teaching me how to respond in such a calm way, even when things feel so heavy. You know, it's like, yeah, I would have loved to spend that kind of money on a new motorcycle. I wanted to buy a motorcycle. I really want to buy a motorcycle. It's going to cost like 20,000 pesos or something like that. And, you know, instead of buying a motorcycle, I got to pay for this fine that I got on the studio. And it's bummy, but it is what it is. And, you know, and that just makes me sit down and get the work done. So now I'm like working on the back end to do things that maybe I've been avoiding or not putting my work energy into or my time into. And now it's like, okay, sit down and get work done, Tony, so that you can make, you know, 20,000 pesos again. So then you can buy the motorbike or whatever, the motorcycle that I want to buy. So yeah, it's just a part of life, but it's going to make me sit down and get to work. Sometimes it's like it's a deeper issue, and I need to look into it. I should probably journal on it. But basically my scooter broke, so I had to get a mechanic to fix that. And then my laptop screen just broke, and it's going to cost me like $600 Canadian to get fixed. The permits happen, like the fine happened, and like all this money that I'm not usually used to spending is leaving me. So it's pretty intense, but I think it's just like I need to take some time to journal and figure out where's the energy leak, and there's like an energy leak that I'm missing in my life that I need to figure out and dial in so that the money starts coming back to me, not leaving me. Because it is what it is. I need a computer, so I need a scooter, and I need a studio. So, life's funny sometimes. Okay, so I'm working on a little project right now. We're going to be doing a wellness event here, only once a month, in this beautiful cenote. Look at how nice this is. This is just like a hidden gem in Tulum. Like, it's just about 25 minutes drive just outside of Tulum, and it's just amazing. So we're going to be doing yoga yoga, and then Pilates, sound healing, and like an ice bath station. Oh, it's such a We have a quick turnaround. I'm basically running home to feed the animals, and then I gotta run over to Aldea, which is about a 15-minute walk, maybe like a 8-minute run. Quick turnaround, straight to the run before it gets too dark.
Good time we had.
Wow, this is so sweet.
Oh, what a day. I'm so tired. Good night, beautiful world. Thanks for watching.